So it does look like it wants to go lower. So 1 minute. So you can see this is a complete 15-minute for value gap too. So upside would be great. That's the only place where we can put our stop at this point. If we only put one contract in, that will be already around 70 points. So that will be around 140, 150 stop. This is what it is. Per contract, of course. And that is not the biggest range that we have. So daily previously the really low. So if we hit this and we see an ILM move out of it, maybe I take it back up to the highs, to this liquidity too. So if we're lucky, we can take 2 trades. Smaller profit margins, but I will take them both if it's opportunity shows me. Yeah, if the orb showing it, but I find it strange that my screen is not sharing on YouTube, Majid, because I am. Ah, nice. I have no idea why it showed or didn't show. Oh, sorry. Should have entered. Was talking too much. Excuse me, guys. This is normally why I don't speak. If I do see a clear retracement back into this orb range to the halfway, and I see that we are displacing lower, I'll maybe discretionary adding one here, another one. So we got a better entry that our stop gets a bit higher. I am a bit careful by taking this trade also because first we are inside a 15 minutes. We took out some liquidity and there is still some liquidity left above that I prefer to see taking before we hit completely to the lows. So I am in this trade. First profit should be previous day low. If we do displace through previous delay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, excuse me, guys. If we do displace through previous day low, next target is 20,820. Take a half position at this point, especially because we're already halfway the move. And there is a lot of reasons for us to come back up here. So if we do invert these two, so these are 2-3 minutes and almost 2-5 minutes for value gaps that we have here. So I don't want us to see us invert these two. If we do hit it and continue lower, this is a point where I should be adding to my position. Screen audio fine. George says I freeze sometimes. What do you mean by I freeze? The screen freezes or the voice or anything else? Maybe have to call the people that's doing the internet. Maybe they're working here somewhere. So if it displays through these two, I will close the trace early. I don't want us to see come back up to these two. Then if I can see that we have a continuation move upwards, I will change my direction and take it to the highs. So that means that we are taking out these highs instead of coming to the lows. But we'll be patient and see how it plays. And if we do move clearly lower, that could be a nice place of adding. If we breach through this FEG, I would add again here. And then see if we can hit daily previous low. This 15-minute does not look that promising at this point. Like I said, if we do close above the middle of the range, I will take it. I will go out. Does not feel like it wants to hit that part yet. The good thing about this strategy is if it's not a good trade, we should be out in less than 20 minutes anyways. If it's a good trade, we can be here for quite some time. But London's morning work has not been very favorable in the last few days. Okay, maybe twice was my mistake by moving my stop too soon. And I have to say it's a bit different trading with all of you behind me than trading alone. Somehow my brain wants to make sure that you guys make profits more than, and I trade a little bit different. Don't yet know why or how, but my brain tricks me sometimes. If I trade alone, I do some things a little bit different. I don't feel pressure or anything, but it's very strange. I can't put my finger on it yet why I do these things, but uh, my wife says it to me too. If I'm streaming, I'm too gentle. She said if she was my student, that I was not that gentle or as that soft. I was more strict. As we pointed out yesterday, every day, every week, we do a meetup, me, my wife, and my kids, to make sure that our goals are still aligned and that we still have one clear vision on what we want to become or do in life. And this came up yesterday. So, to all of you traders, I hope you have a goal, why you're trading, and what's the point of it. Because that's so nice to have. Even in family life, it's great to have some sort of goal that you can work on together. It makes the bond so much stronger in the family. Oh, it happened with me, anyways. So like you can see, we made an unfungled candle now. So this is the last candle that should not be breached. Now this 15 minutes still looks okay, so we can come up to that wick because we did make a fair value gap inside, so that's still possible that we go lower. The only thing I don't like is that we were inside a 15-minute FEG. We tapped it and we come a little bit higher. And that we are still in an inside trading range. And it's Friday, so I want to make sure that you guys make money instead of giving it to the market today. Because going into the weekend with a green chart is always very nice. I feel this way anyways. So there is no target for TP yet on the screen because I don't have one. We will have to see what happens. First TP should be daily previous low, but we first need to get there. At this point, it looks like it wants to sweep the highs instead of going lower. It's a bit discretionary because there's not much strength in this candle yet. So we're now halfway range. We now inverted all these fair value gaps already, so it does not really look great. So this was second. Did we had an ILM upwards? Let me take a look. So here we should continue lower again if we are moving lower. If we do tap this line, I will get out directly. So I will not take it to the highs. That means that we inverted 1, 2, 5 minutes. NGL, love that. What's NGL, if I may ask? Yeah, Dylan, I took a short at this point. But it looks like I will get out pretty early if we do not continue the move lower. Abbreviation. Okay, now this word I need to look up. I have no idea what the word means. My vocabulary in English is quite okay, but this is a new word for me. Yes, you're a good dog. Shh. Afkorting. Okay. Oh. Okay, nice. So if we do go lower, so in a 15-minute candle, I believe you all noticed that we first have manipulation, then we have accumulation, and then we have the displacement of a candle. So you can see this inside every candle, so that we first manipulate the move, and then we display it at the end of the candles. It moves its direction. So in a 15 minutes, the first 5 minutes to 9 minutes, we have like a manipulative move, then a little bit sideways, and then the last 2 to 3 minutes, we really see the direction that the candle wants to go. So we will see what this candle will do in about 5 minutes. It will definitely show its hand. Now here too, if we come back and we respect this 5 minute value gap that's been created and we see movement still to the upside, I believe that we would definitely go to the highs here instead of the lows first. I do want us to respect this fair value gap too. The reason why is because we have 1, 2 stacked up each other, and normally we should not disrespect 2 fair value gaps being stacked up. If we do, it shows me more that the direction is first moving further up before moving further down. So candles do tell a story, and if you can read it, it's an extra that you can use to see if the direction is correctly for your move, what you're taking. It does tell a lot. Not in the even in 1 minute it does too, but it's type reading a little bit faster than. Not really my thing. You see that I hardly watch the 1 minute on my charts. It's for myself to keep calm that I don't watch it. I do dare to watch it now and then, the 1 minute, to see if the direction is still correct, what I'm doing. So now here we're building up some sideways liquidity. If we should display it lower, we should do this immediately and not start moving and making liquidity. So I believe this is just We moved up, we built liquidity, and then we continue moving further the same direction. You see, if it wants to change direction, normally we have a clear move. Same if we were moving down and then we built up liquidity here, and I believe that also this would have been a continuation lower. So I have about 5 minutes in this 15 minutes, and then we will see what it wants to do. So look, now we swept that liquidity. And if we do not want to displace higher, we should move now directly back down. If not, there is a huge possibility that we clean off all these fair value gaps and that we are also liquidity. So the great thing to see here is that the movement is slowing down. So we see bigger candles, smaller, a little bit smaller. So it's great to see that the strength is reducing. So anybody that doesn't feel the trade today, I completely agree. If you want to get out here, that will save you at least some bucks. You can. I told at the beginning of the stream I should not move my stop, so normally I should do what I said. So even if it breaches through, today I'm leaving my stop because otherwise I'm imprinting my brain to do stuff that I should not be doing. Especially because I've done this now twice and it stopped me out because of moving my stop. So discretionary for everybody that wants to get out here. I fully agree. So that's 21,137. So this can be a stop if you don't mind giving this to the market. You can leave it where it is. But I do want us to displace lower right here. In about a minute, we will see what this 50-minute wants to show us. Yep, we will see. It's just okay. Mr. Chat, be right back. We bounced off the 15-minute, inverted to 5-minute, and looks like upside for now. Yeah, 100% agree. That one. Someone sounds is super loud. It keeps like. You can mute anybody. I don't see anybody speaking. I muted a lot of them, so. Looks like. Could you reiterate on building liquidity? Could you elaborate on building liquidity? Not sure what happening when you said that. Can you explain yourself again, Ross? Building liquidity. So, oh yeah, you mean what I? Okay, yes, of course. So here we have an internal movement. So if we are ranging, this is a ranging movement. So we are sideways moving, and then we build up liquidity on both sides. So that means that they are building up money on the upper side of this range, and they're building up money on the down part. This is because if they want to make a big move, they need that liquidity to move the market in a direction that they want it to move. So what do they do normally? If they want to go lower, they first take out the lows, then the highs, and then they move lower. So you can see what happened yesterday after this huge trend line liquidity. So you can draw a line here if you want to. And you can see we never came under. Every low that was created was one that's just a little bit higher. Here we dropped a little bit to take some liquidity. Then we first tapped the highs, we tapped the lows, and then everything went back up. So you will see if they want to go lower, normally they first tap the lows, highs, and then continue lower. After we taking out all this liquidity, so they needed these entries of these exits of stops from people to make this kind of movement. And this is what they call liquidity. So there is money under each candle, there is some form of money. And they use it to move the market in the direction that they want. So same for here, we were exactly inside in an inside range on the down and upper parts. So they were building up internal liquidity. And if they build this up, it means that the market needs it to move it in a direction that they want it to move. I hope that was a bit more clear. If this is the question that you wanted to hear. Can you mute Gil? Yes, if I can find him. Yeah, he's muted. That's okay. Can happen. Yep. It's been a very slow market for the last 2 weeks. And if you don't like sideways movements and you're a good trader and you have full control over everything that you do, you can just do nothing and just say, okay, perfectly fine. Because you don't have to trade every day. If we wouldn't trade it today, we would have kept $70 at least. Like I said, I will leave my stop here. I don't mind. But for everybody, same here. You build up liquidity. So even in the smaller time frames, you can see this. We build up a box, and it wants to take it out before moving or continuation movement. And this is then what we call a choppy market. But it's just building up liquidity for them to show you its hand. And you shouldn't. I never personally trade inside sideways movements because I just don't like it. And it makes me believe that sometimes I can read charts less than, because the market is not making up its mind where it wants to go. Then I just have patience and wait until it shows me what direction it wants to go. About 10 minutes, we will see what market open does. If it does wants to go lower, that would be a great momentum. So I will take a look at this one. So if we do breach through this 5-minute FVG and we don't have a reaction of it, that means that the market definitely still wants to move lower. If we do not, and we have a movement out of it back up, yeah, then I'm 100% sure that my stop will be here. So you read along the way what the candles want to tell you. So it's allowing people time to place traders. So it's allowing people time to place traders or more important places as also to be taken out. Yeah, so with building up liquidity, I actually mean that they are doing it on both sides, and traders are then some people are longing and some people are shorting, and they need both the liquidity, even the upper part and the lower part, to be sure that they can move some kind of direction, and they take the stops indeed. Some people don't have stops, and then they yeah don't keep their accounts. So be discretionary. Always put a stop. It's very important. This is the only thing that we can predict in the market. The rest is tape reading along the way. So you can also see that the candles don't have it easy moving through here. So I do like to see this. It is slowly adjusting. Now here, if you watch the 15-minute, now this was a clean movement down to continue. To aid in the question, I will not move my stop, but if you want to get out here, I would fully understand. So that's just why the line is there. So I don't want us really to go above here. If we do, I think we are heading up to this a bigger time frame liquidity before we continue to previous day low. So anybody that should have put a stop here, that would be now stopped out. You do save about $30. I actually don't mind, but it looks like it wants to go higher anyway, so. But London session or pre-London session has not exactly been nice to us. But NY session has been the same, so. Even my trades are, I must say, I have a whole lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got about 14 not good trades this month, so that's much more than we should have. It's about a half, so I got about a 58% win rate only in this month. It's not the most favorable month. I don't have a TP yet, Garlic. I have stats on pre-London. London Open, I have a bit of stats, and NY Open, which one performs most in that? From NY itself, I can only share you my own journal, what I've been taking. I did not retested it, or let me say, I did not do any back testing on the orb itself in NY session. So send me a DM that I can share you there. This is how I remember, otherwise I won't remember it anyways. So in about 3 minutes this hourly closes, and this does really not look great, this hourly candle, I must say. It looked like I just want to tap into that 15 minutes for value gap where we bounced off of. There was one here. The reason why I'm keeping my stop where it is, I changed it twice now this week, and 2 times I got stopped out because of it. This is why I'm leaving it where it is. Even if I'm feeling that the market wants to continue higher, I don't mind. Anybody that did get out early, perfectly fine too. I fully understand. I do want to give some pointers and somebody that's new in trading. If you trade and you're following all the streams from everybody, try to follow one of them, of one person at a time, because we all trade a little bit different, and it's not easy for the mind to adjust in 2 or 3 styles together. So or you trade with Ty, or you trade with Nix, or you trade Jaden style, or you trade Hunter style. It doesn't really matter which one of them. They're all great traders. But to try to figure out which style fits you and stick to one style at a time, because you only need one great strategy, that's all. If you can implement it every time, all the time, you will be a very profitable trader. But try really to stick to one person that's straight for you, that fits your style, that you feel at ease with, that fits your personality also. So it's more than one thing that needs to fit. Here comes market open. If we watch this hourly, this does not really look that favorable. So we just swept and did nothing. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Same here. This is market open. If we now see a clear displacement lower, and we breach through this 5 minute fair value gap, I will add to the position. Then I'm about sure that we go lower. By this point, we need to be patient and see if this happens, yes or no. Oh. Yeah, 100% agreed. May was a special month to trade it, but yeah, that's the life of a trader. We have great months that make sure that we create more capital, and then we have a few months that are less favorable for us. So this will be my stop. So anybody got out here, great exit. Okay, this will be minus 0.5. So to see. 0.55. What time did we get in? That was my stop. So I got in at 8:15 and I got stopped at 9. So that means 11, 15, and 12 I got stopped. 11, 15, and 12 I got stopped. So I took a short. That was orb. Short. I did not want to take previous day low at first. Minutes where we got Jesus. Okay, take a look if this is correct. So that was our ILM that we should have taken up instead of taking it to the lows. I preferred us to sweep the lower part before moving up, but we did not. So for the month, I am still at 45R, and I took 32 trades. 18 of them were correct, and 14 of them were not profits. This was not close outside to you, or are you taking along? I will take a look if we can find some entry points, if we could take a discretionary long. But my rule says I cannot trade for the first 10 minutes after, or 15 minutes after taking a not profit. I'm not allowed to trade again. So if we do see a movement up and we can see a clear move to that direction, I will take a long, but I have to wait at least 15 minutes before I can. So by that time, it's much possibility that we already are high in this movement. We'll keep the stream open. So like I said, I cannot take a trade for the next 15 minutes, so I will not take any. From the first viewpoint, this will be our target, these highs, the equals here. So this was build up liquidity. We just swept it and we ILM'd out of it to next liquidity. Let's hope that we soon get at least continuation movement again. So that would be great. If I do find any other trades this morning. Yeah. It's a rule of myself. So I don't trade the next 15 minutes after I took a trade. I cannot trade again in the first 15 minutes that I do. The reason why is the market is always here. And second of all, otherwise I could be trading to trade and not because I see a clear entry, because the entry that I see, if we can take this up to higher, is there will be a fair value gap created and I want to see it retrace in it and then move. If I now jump in the trade, it's just because I want to do it and not because I see a very clear entry. And if I trade before the first 15 minutes again, that means that I just want to get back what I just gave to the market and I've done this before and it did not work out great. So I just needed to implement some rules for myself to make sure that I stay under control in my trading style, what I do. And this way I prevent myself from directly jumping back in a trade. That's why I have a 15-minute rule that I cannot trade. There is a reason why I do some things, because it tricks, some people get tricked by the brain for directly, they call it revenge trading. I don't like the word, but it's more like a gamble than to get back what you gave. The market doesn't, your brain doesn't like to see a red color. It likes to see a green color instead. And that's why even if I see a clear direction, I can't take it. If I do see another clear entry, I will definitely. If I have a winning trade, my G will not even take a trade after that. If I have a winning trade, I close the books for at least 4 to 5 hours. So then I come back in the afternoon, one more time at the openings again, in any part of use anyway. If I take a profit, I just close the trade. Yeah, May has been a bit more sideways than normally. So if I take a winning trade, I just directly stop. I'm happy with the profit. Big, not big, doesn't matter. A profit is a profit, and then you should be happy. You feel better even if you have a winning trade and you feel like you had profits. You'll be happy anyway. So why try to get more out of the market? You just be happy what you got, and then come back a few hours later and see if the market shows you does not. Leave it with that. I will end. I will end the stream here for today, guys. I still have some other homework that I have to do. If I see an entry in about 5 to 10 minutes and we have a clear direction, I will share it in Rising Star. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the YouTube will be open a little bit longer, so this was for Discord people. So the last point of support that we have is this 5 minute now. If we do breach through it, yeah, we definitely could go into the highs. The only thing is we did not have anywhere a clear entry, so we just keep rallying higher. So this is opening range of the correct opening range, really. This is the last favorable part because we have, look, you can see how long we have been going sideways again. So it's 11 hours. And we're still at the same price as 11 hours ago. So you can see there is no movement in the market. So that means there is no real people with a lot of money moving the market at this point. So then it's better to keep your hands off the market. It will save you a lot of funds. So this was my rule. Now we are 15 minutes further. If I do see a clear entry where we could head off to, now I'm allowed to take it. But actually I don't see any. Because my main thought process is still that we are going lower today. but we're really inside in the middle of the range score. So this is about 100 points, and this is about the same. So we are exactly almost in the center of previous day high and previous day low. So we are not creating any fair value gaps to have reference points from where the market wants to go. And the hourly, we do have one that's been tapped. There still has a lot of room left. There's also a 15-minute here. And the lower part, there is none. About 9 days, it has been. Oh, funny part. My wife just called my dog a whale. He makes like a. I believe you can. I believe you can hear him. So this is my dog. It's a German Shepherd. Yeah, it's okay. Goed.
Ja, goed. Hier.
Ai, ho. Lekker hond. Sorry about that. My dog wants to play. He almost jumped on my face. No. And his nails are quite sharp. He just scratched my face, but he wanted to sit on me. Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor, so that's why. He was able to sit beside me and then almost jumped on me instead of sitting beside me. So you can see this is also an orb range, so you can also take this as an orb. But then the 9 o'clock. I did not have enough backtesting information on how good this one works. So one of the rules that you also have to have as a trader is how much R that you want to spend on the market maximum a day. So with an R, I mean how much that you want to give to the market. So it's very important that you know it for yourself, how much you want to give or not give. So you feel satisfied, even if you gave this to the market, that you're still at ease at the end of the trading day. So I have a few that I actually need to follow. And if you don't have a set of rules, make them, I would say, because it's very important for yourself. To become fully profitable, you actually have to have some guidelines. And if your goal is to be funded or get a payout, set your target in about 60 to 100 days, not within 30 days, because like May has been always sideways, and you can see that that's way less profitable than most of the other expanded movements, expansions movements. Whoa. So here we have another breach to the upside. London session itself. Targets. Yeah, this would have been that was really the biggest move I believe that we will have in this session. Let me take a look if it's even worth taking this. I probably will not take this. I want to be patient and see if we have a reaction from up to down. I would prefer this movement, and I'm sure that we will hit previous day low today. Just 2 minutes in, 7 minutes until this 15-minute closes. And we are creating a huge fair value gap inside. If we do, should have a retracement till down here, that would be a nice entry to move higher. But if it wants to keep moving, even if we get a chance to get back to this 2 minute fair value gap and then have the displacement out of it, that would be a great entry too. To take a long from, because then we can put our stop very close by. This entry would be worth it. So this is even less than 1 hour to the high, so it's not even worth risking it. We'll just give you a half hour, so I was not on time to enter this trade, so I will not take this. But if we do have retracement into this fair value gap or lower, I would love to see it happen, or have patience until we hit this 15-minute fair value gap and look what the market wants to show us then, to have a continuation further lower. because all my liquidity that I wanted to see taken is right here. So we could have a change in direction of, or just from this liquidity that's been moved, or we hit the higher. So it looks like I will not be trading anytime soon for this day session. So I'll end the stream here. I hope you had some valuable information from it. Can you please, okay, thanks, John. Can you please explain why your bias is going low for the day? Okay, of course. Nice one. Lau Wei, John. Very nice, clean ILM from the downside. Yeah, even here, what still was a nice entry. I would have entered it if I saw this one came back to this fair value gap to continue the move, but there is no clear entry here to join the move. And I don't find, even now, if we should have entered, a 0.9 is not worth the risk for me. So if you are in this long and taking it up to the highs, I would say this line from liquidity is a good point to trim. And then this would be your end target anywhere in this 15 minutes for a value gap. And if you're in it from the lows, put your stop once we hit this line to the orb itself, to the top part. That's 21,185. And then see if it does return, at least you stay in profit. And if it does go up to the highs, you can have a little bit more, of course. At least trim a contract off here if you are in multiple contracts so that you secure the profit that you already have. Now, why is my bias to the low side? So the main reason why is this was build up liquidity and we took it out here. So with this wick, we took out all the sideways liquidity that was being built up, and now we saw a displacement lower. Now, in this session, same. So we had a slow movement up, but we didn't even go high. So here, same, we're still moving lower. Weekly time frame says we're hitting higher time. Oh, sorry. And the weekly, we are inside a weekly fair value gap. So this is a confirmation that's saying we have a big chance of moving lower. Plus, if we zoom out a little bit more, we have one fair value gap here that still needs to be filled up. We have a huge candle, and there is still in the daily gaps that we have. So these gaps are filled up always. So we have one here and we have one here. And this is my expectation, so that we will fill up these gaps. And if we don't fill them up right now, we will fill them up after we hit the highs. So in the daily, you can see we can go to 22,191. That would be my maximum height that I want to see to then move lower. But because we're also in the weekly fair value gap, there is big opportunity that we will move lower because I want to see this get filled up, these gaps. The market does this quite fast after we have moved it quite of a direction. So I will show you an example. Look, we have a gap. We moved a few days away from it, and then we immediately filled it up. Same here. We had a gap. We moved a few days away from it, and then immediately it got filled up. So now we're moving away from it a few days. So I love to see it get filled up anytime soon. That's why my bias, overall time frame bias, is lower for daily. It's just because Now we swept that liquidity. So if you want to trim, this would be a very great place. Here I would watch how the charts, how we react. If we stay clearly above this line and we do not fall back down into this gap, this is a great place that we will directly move up higher. So we should not come back down now. So we should just continue move higher, because this is liquidity that we have been swept, that have been built up. If we have retracement, this would be a part that we could change direction. If not, this is the next target that we have, at least this 15-minute fair value gap, and after that we can have the same movement again lower. But this was the entry down here. So I did not read this correctly. Was my own. I did see it go up afterwards. So once I saw a few candles form, I should have changed direction directly, but I wanted to leave my stop where it was for today. But for the rest, this looks great. So I believe we will hit the top at this point. These are very nice candles. So anybody that's in this trade, congratulations. Take at least a partial here and set your end target just above this wick. So 21,236, that would be my end target for me, if you're in this trade from all the way down here. YouTube, I love your stream, bro. Thank you. If you want to wait for a lifetime, please use my referral link. I would be very grateful. It's always an it's normally in the bio of my chats, so it's always. Let me take a look if I can get to up. If you take the premium or just want to join again, this is one of them that I have. So this is for the normal. I'll ask them for a lifetime. I put it in the chat below one of my streams. So this is just the normal one for monthly description. I believe I even have one that's a bit cheaper than the price is now still. But I think they still work even. Let me take a look if I can find it. Yeah, see, I believe they still work. So I didn't change this one. So this is 140. This is 147 that you pay for it. Don't tell anybody I sent this one. If you go to my Facebook page, it's on my bio. Some reason I can't share the direct link. If you go to this page, this is my Facebook page, and you can see it in my profile. It's still on there, so that's 147 instead of 165. So you can see the market is now a bit silencer or a bit slower, moving up or down. But like I said, I will not take another stream, I believe. Thank you all for joining. Very grateful that you guys are here. I'm quite sure that you learned something. And if you enjoy the streams, a thumbs up is always very nice of you, so more people can find me. I wish you all a very great trading. I will stream this afternoon again too, if the internet works like it should work, so you can see the other trades that I take. Enjoy, have a wonderful trading day. And if you're not in this trade, I would wait until this 15-minute fair value gap shows its hand if it wants to go lower the market, yes or no.